And then let's see. We're gonna start our practice today in a cross-legged seat, so just seated meditation. So go ahead and just find a comfortable seat. Maybe you use a yoga block to bring a little bit of support underneath you. And right away, we'll just settle in, starting to close down the eyes, shifting our focus into body and breath. And as you feel your sitting bones root and anchor into the earth or into your block, allow your next inhale to offer a little bit of extra length along your spine. Find some upward energy through the crown of your head. Maybe a shoulder shrug to offer space across your heart. And let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Feel the expansion of your lungs reaching wide in every direction. And as you're ready, just open your mouth and sigh the exhale out. We'll go twice more like that. So a nice deep breath in, drawing our attention and our awareness to this moment. A cleansing exhale to let go. And one more time, deep inhale, feel into your body. And then open mouth exhale to release. Let's take a really slow, steady, and intentional breath in through the nose. This time, keeping the seal of your lips, exhale through your nose, nice and strong. Ujjayi breath out. Do one more like that together. Ujjayi, inhale through your nose. And through your nose, Ujjayi, exhale. And then continuing with your Ujjayi breath, as you feel ready to open your eyes, start to gently open your eyes. Circle sweeping your hands up to the sky. Take a nice big breath in. We'll take a twist to the right. So going to your right fingertips go behind you like a second spine. Left hand might find the outside of your right knee or thigh to help encourage the rotation through your spine. Grow a little bit taller with your next in-breath. Feel your low back draw in and up. Heart lifts towards the sky. Crown reaches tall to the ceiling. Then use your exhale to rinse and rotate. Maybe look over your right shoulder. And one more breath like that. Root down through your sitting bones. Inhale, reach tall through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, find that rinse and rotation along your spine. And with the breath in, we're going to rise to center, reach your hands up high. Your exhale, hook your thumbs overhead, flare your fingers, bend your elbows a little bit, and think about trying to draw your elbows wide, as if you're trying to rip your thumbs separate. And feel the energy that creates throughout your upper back, your shoulder. Big breath in here, continuing to find that pull energy. And as you exhale, starting to release through goddess arms, let your elbows go nice and wide. Maybe lift your chin and chest. And allow your hands to fall down to the earth beside your hips and just switch out the cross of your shins. Inhale, circle, sweep tall. And exhale, twist to your left. Right hand goes across you, left hand behind you. And breathe in, lift and lengthen towards the sky. And then use your exhale to rinse and rotate around. Maybe turning your gaze towards the back of the room over your left shoulder. Maybe tilt the bowl of your pelvis a little bit more forward to help with that extra lift through heart and crown. Breathe in. And then deepen your twist as you exhale. As you come back to center, reaching both hands high, we're going to do that same hook of the thumbs. And then go ahead and just switch it so it's the opposite side. Yep. Same thing, bend your elbows. Think about pulling your thumbs apart. Sit up really tall. If you wanted to add like a little bit of a back bend, even if that feels good, you can take a nice deep breath in. And like before, we'll exhale through goddess arms, press your upper arm bones back, and then let your hands continue to fall all the way down to the earth, shifting towards your tabletop as you're ready. And finding our tabletop pose. So we work on like our chaturangas in the beginning. I like to have my blocks on the low setting just as a guide of how far my shoulders are not going to go. So feel free to set up your blocks in the low sitting at front if you're working with them. And strong through your hands, inhale to your cow pose. Begin to untuck your tailbone and pull your heart forward and through. When you're ready, exhale to your cat pose, push and curl. We'll take 2 more like that so that your in-breath draw you open into cat. And then just follow your exhale to press and curl into cat. Last cycle here, inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. As you start to find neutral through your spine, step your left tippy toes to the back of your yoga mat. Make sure they're not too far, so just the distance of your high plank. As you push back through your left heel for a calf stretch, take a nice big breath in. And exhale, root through your hands and left toes, and use your breath out to bring your right knee up into your nose. Bending your three-legged dog, reach your right leg high, big inhale. And then as you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands, low lunge. We're going to lower left knee all the way down. As you do so, reach your right hand forward with a big breath in. Your exhale, big backstroke to twist towards the right side of the room. And make sure there's like a little micro bend through your left elbow, shoulders draw out of ears. Option to bend your left heel towards your seat, finding a quad stretch. You can either reach towards your foot, or if it's available, catch your foot and gently draw your left heel towards your seat. Maybe find a little bit of engagement through your left glute as you take a breath in. And on exhale, we'll start to release. Bring your right hand to the earth and shift back into a really gentle half splits. You wanted to grab your yoga blocks along the way, walking back your hands. Extend your right leg any amount. Flex your right toes to the sky. And then think cow spine. So as we lengthen the spine, can we untuck the tailbone and pull your heart forward and through? And dragging your right heel energetically back as you square your left hip forward. Take 1 more breath in. And exhale, we'll bend into our front knee again. Hands walk forward a little bit, maybe blocks moving with you. We're going to sweep our right hand back just like we did before with the backstroke. Get super strong through your lower body, moving into a low crescent with an exalted variation to the upper body. Begin to lift your left hand up to the sky, twisting towards your right side. The left hand reaching tall, right hand reaching back, twisted and open to the heart. Take 1 more breath here. And exhale, windmill your hands down to either your blocks or the earth. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Maybe step your left foot a little bit closer in and extend your legs for your hamstring stretch. So back heel can be high, or you can rotate your back heel to the earth, more like a pyramid stance. Either is fine. And just like we did in our half splits, we find extension through the spine. So think half lift energy through your heart. And take 1 more breath here, breathing down through the back of your right leg. Really push your right foot down into the earth, letting up both quads nice and strong. From here, we'll take a bend into our front knee. Move the blocks forward, low setting out of the way if you're working with them. And then step into your high plank. Right foot's going to join your left. Just take a moment to kind of organize yourself here. First high plank of your morning. Breathing in, drive into the earth through your hands and your toes. As you exhale, draw your front body in, find a little bit of length through your low back. Now we're going to shift forward to our tippy toes as we inhale. And then bring your knees down to the earth as you exhale, so you're in this modified plank position. Untucking your toes, take another breath in, press your hands kick down through your shin bones to draw low belly to spine. And as we exhale, we're going to a modified chaturanga. So start to pull your heart forward as you bend your elbows. Think about reaching the crown of your head to the front of the room. Stretch your elbows back towards your hip bones, elbows grazing your side body. Once you reach that halfway point, inhale to your upward facing dog. Push into your hands, super strong quads, kicking down into the earth. On your exhale, release your knees down. Shift back, child's pose, hips to heels. And take a deep breath in. And an open mouth exhale out. As you're ready, scooch forward into your tabletop. So as you bring shoulders over wrists, if you need to adjust the placement of your knees, you can. Inhale to your cow pose, lift your heart, lift your tailbone. And then just one time exhale to your cat pose, press to round. As we find neutral to the spine, we're going to step our right tippy toes back in that plank position. Take a little push through your right heel to open through your calf. As you breathe in, drive into the earth. Exhale, draw your left knee up into your nose. Three-legged dog, just for a moment, reach your left leg high as you gather your breath in. And then on your exhale, place your left foot forward for your low lunge. Releasing right knee to the earth. You can be on your right palm, maybe fingertips to give your right wrist a break, or even right hand to a block. Switch your left hand forward, big reach as you inhale, and then backstroke to your twist with exhale. Again, maybe you stay right here. Perhaps you add in your quad stretch, either a bend or maybe a bend and catch. Finding some energy through your right glute, your right seat muscle. As you take a slow breath down into the front of your right hip. And as we release from here, we'll be shifting into our half splits. So you'll start to unwind from the twist and extend your left leg, maybe walking hands back. So again, you can have your hands on your yoga blocks, or you can have your hands on the earth. Left knee can be bent here, right? So even if you have pretty open hamstrings, if you bend your left knee, you can still get a really decent and strong and deep stretch, especially if you're focusing on the extension of your spine. So maybe allow the bend in your knee, flex your left toes to your face, and then think about your cow spine, plugging both thigh bones actively into your pelvis as you extend your heart forward. Find that final breath here, breathing towards the back of your left leg. And as we breathe out, we'll bend into our front knee, crawling forward. You still have your back knee on the earth. Your left hand's going to do like a big backstroke, and then you're going to keep it going into your exalted low crescent lunge. Squeeze the inner thighs as you twist your right hand to the sky. Heart rotates to the left side of the room. Lift up and out of your pelvis, low back floating away from your hips. Big breath in. As you exhale, windmilling your hands down to the earth or your yoga blocks. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, perhaps step a little bit closer in. And then start to find extension through your legs, hamstring stretch. As you lengthen your legs and your spine, can you drive energy down through your feet? So I personally tie my back heel high and I'm pressing to the ball mound of my right foot. And I'm driving down and forward through all four corners of my left foot. Okay. Stretch the crown of your head forward, draw your shoulders out of your ears, Give it one more cycle of breath. And as we start to bend into our front knee, moving through a low lunge, if you're working with your blocks, bring them out in front of you, shoulders width distance on the low setting. And these are just a guide that you don't want to touch your shoulders with your blocks, so to stay a little bit higher in our chaturanga. Stepping back into your high plank position, you can find that really strong foundation. Front body drawing up as we push the earth away. You can find that little bit of length in your low back. Might feel slightly like a tuck of your tailbone. On your inhale, slide forward to your tippy toes. On exhale, we'll all bring knees to the earth and untuck your toes. To make sure the low back is supported by a strong front body, again, push into your hands, kick through your shin bones, breath in. Lengthen your tailbone. On exhale, lowering halfway, pull your heart forward. You're trying to create as much distance between the crown of your head and your elbows as you can. Once you reach that 90-degree bend, upward facing dog. Big breath in, kick down through your strong legs. We'll go downward facing dog as we breathe out. And once you arrive in your down dog, just take a moment, actively drive the earth away with your hands. Let's take an inhale through the nose, fill up your lungs. When you're ready, and open mouth, exhale to release. And we're going to start with our left leg today. So as you inhale, left leg lifts up high, and then just make sure it's your left leg that lifted, because we usually start with the right. Left leg is tall, three-legged dog. Take a moment here, pushing the earth away. Notice if you're leaning over to the right, can we distribute our weight a little bit more evenly between both hands? Take an extra breath in. And exhale, left knee is going towards your right tricep. Moving into a fallen triangle variation, thread your left leg through but don't open up. Flex your left foot, and then square your right hip down to the earth. Pull your chest forward. Squeeze your inner thighs. Take one more inhale, breathing to that big stretch to the outside of your left leg. As you exhale, pull your left knee to your nose. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts to the ceiling, big breath in. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Stay strong through your inner thighs. Reach your left hand to the front of the room. Back knee can be lifted this time. Feel free to drop your back knee to the earth for added support. Strong core, we're going to windmill up all the way into our exalted crescent. So rising to the left, keeping that twist going. Right hand's going to scoop all the way up and overhead. Exalted high crescent, heart turned to the left. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, keeping the twist, we're going to lengthen into a revolved pyramid. You might reach and grab the block on your right side along the way. As you extend your legs, twisting your heart to the left side of the room, reach your left hand high. Now if you're working with that block, make sure it's underneath your right shoulder. Any setting that feels good for you. And let's plug both thigh bones into our pelvis. And as we plug our thigh bones in, drive energy down through our feet. Try to create a little bit of lift underneath your right hip bone to square your hips. Take one more breath in. On exhale, we release. Bend your left knee, release the twist. Blocks are no blocks. We're going to shift forward and go into a really gentle standing splits as we inhale. With exhale, we step into our chair pose. Right foot is going to meet your left. Sink into your seat. Breathe in, reach through your heart and hands. Now, as you exhale, think about sliding your shin bones just a very, very small bit back in space. So it's like a little micro adjustment. Shin bones slide back. At the same time as you scoot your shin bones back, can you feel your tailbone lengthen to the earth? Again, that slightest little bit of a tuck. From there, pressing through the fronts of your feet gently, feel your low belly engage, and then airplane your arms beside you. Leaning into your right foot, you're going to take a breath. And exhale, flamingo, your left heel up and in. Now think root to expand. Can you root through your right foot and start to expand towards your airplane pose, breathing length through your body. Intention and energy through both legs, both arms, from crown to tail. Give your airplane one deep breath in. On exhale, slow and strong, high crescent. Left toes land lightly. With your inhalation, reach your heart and hands up high. And with an exhalation, goddess, your arms, elbows go wide. Now let your hands start to drape down beside you. We're going to eagle wrap left arm underneath right as you complete the circle. Squeezing your arms together, inhale to scoop your elbows up tall. Find any degree of a back bend. Think about sliding your ribcage forward and up. And then as you exhale, one more round of goddess arms, unravel, unwind. This time let your hands fall down to the earth to frame your right foot. Pressing into the earth, step into your high plank. On an inhale, shift forward. Knees up or down, exhale, chaturanga. Again, think about pulling length from crown to elbows. Inhale takes you to your upward facing dog or cobra. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a cleansing exhale out. We're going to lift our right leg up next. So as you inhale, right leg finds the sky. Staying for exhale, can you reach the crown of your head to your fingertips? So keep pushing through your hands. Maybe find that evenness of your weight, your effort between both your hands, left and right. Take another big breath in. On exhale, right knee's going towards your left tricep. Fallen triangle variation. Send your right leg through. Flex your right foot actively. Turn your left hip bone square to the earth. Pull your heart forward. Squeezing through your inner thighs. Take another in breath. And then use the push of your exhale out to pull your right knee to your nose. Three-legged dog. Reach your right leg tall as you inhale. Exhale, right foot in between your hands. Low lunge. Backing up or down. Make sure your feet are hips distance apart. We're going to reach right hand forward as we take a breath. And exhale, we're going to start to swim all the way up and back into our exalted crescent. Letting an inhale complete that transition. Left hand finds the sky. And stay as you breathe out, exploring depth. Back leg is super strong. Right foot is pushing down and energetically forward. And to find a revolved pyramid, we're going to think about reaching into length. So as you keep the twist in your body, start to lean forward, lengthen. Begin to press length through your legs. Left hand can either go to the earth or grab your yoga block. As your left hand goes underneath your left shoulder, continue to rotate open to your right. This right hand can also serve as a tool to your sacrum low back area to find square through your hips. You can find a little up down with your back heel, exploring how that changes the experience down your right leg. Good. Keeping your hips nice and square. Big energy through the upper back strength to rotate your heart to the right for one more cycle of breath. Squeezing through the inner thighs. Now, as we release from here, we're going to move through our standing splits into chair. So letting go of the twist, bend into your front knee. You're working with blocks. They go out in front of you. Zero momentum, drive down through your right foot and use an inhale to sweep your left toes tall. Good. With exhale, bend through your knees to find Utkatasana chair. Breathe into your full expression and breath out to refine. So again, can we think about sliding our sitting bones back or shin bones back? And then draw in through the low belly, hip bones to low ribs. Again, inhale, find a little bit more length. Maintaining the length, we exhale, airplane arms. Maybe a shoulder shrug, the chest is open and proud. Now this time your left foot stays low. Begin to flamingo your right heel up and in. Use a push through your left foot to breathe into your airplane pose, expand. Maybe stay as you breathe out, plugging both thigh bones actively into your pelvis. You slowly step towards our high crescent lunge. Take all the time that you want to place your right tippy toes to the earth. With an in-breath, rise and reach tall. Exhale takes you through goddess arms. Pull your heart forward and up as you press your elbows back and down. Hands start to draw down into a circle sweep. Eagle wrap, right arm underneath left. With an inhale, a little bit of a back bend as you scoop your eagle arms to the sky. As you exhale, unwind through your goddess arms once again. Hands are falling down to the earth this time. So you take a breath to step back into your high plank. As you breathe out, option for chaturanga or downward facing dog. Meeting in our downward facing dog, let's reset the cleansing breath here. As you find your strong dog, take a deep breath. Think about breathing your hip bones up to the sky, hip creases lift. As you open mouth, exhale, press your heels gently towards the earth. Good. You're going to go inhale, left leg lifts to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards your right tricep. Hold for a breath in. Following triangle variation, staying square as you exhale, extend your left heel through. Flex your left foot. Start square. Then go ahead and open up into your full fallen triangle. Right heel rotates down and reach your right hand high, opening to the right side of your mat. Push the earth away to lift your hips a little bit taller as you inhale. Exhale, right hand to the earth, left knee to your nose, square off through center. Three-legged dog, reach your left leg tall again. On your exhale, place your left foot forward. Back knee up or down. We're going to reach our left hand to the front with an inhale. As you exhale, begin to rise into your exalted crescent. So use your exhale to push. As you find the top inhale, right hand goes all the way up and over to your full exalted. On your exhale, revolved pyramid, begin to lengthen your legs as you stretch forward to twist. Right hand to a block or the earth. Take one inhale. On exhale, we start to bend our left knee, squaring off through a low lunge. Lean into your left foot. Standing splits, reach your right leg high. Bend your knee, open your hips so you find your standing splits with a scorpion tail. If you wanted to, right, left hand can reach towards or to catch your right foot. Little micro bend to the left knee, super strong left leg. Take your inhale. And finding your chair pose as you exhale, bend both your knees. Core is supporting your spine as you step into your strong seat. With a breath in, reach. Exhale, airplane arms. Now we're going to lean into our right foot in a moment. You have the option for an arm variation here. So we'll be taking a kind of reindeer antler position we took from our cross-legged seat earlier. So reaching your hands overhead, hook your thumbs over your crown, bend your elbows a little bit. Think about pulling energy through your thumbs. As you lean into your right foot, flamingo, left heel up. From here, we're going to go towards our warrior three. So as you push into your right leg, feel the energy through your upper body to reach through your fingertips. This could also be your airplane pose instead if you don't want this little reindeer situation. Big breath in. On your exhale, releasing your hands. Hands are going to reach down to the blocks underneath your shoulders. Now, if you're not working with blocks, you're just in a airplane pose, hands pointing towards the earth. Super strong left leg, right knee can have a little bend in it if needed. We're going to keep our left hand on the block underneath our left shoulder. Right hand's going to our low back to help us find square through the hips. where you breathe length through the body. Then maybe start to twist your heart to the right, revolved half moon. Take one more breath here. Think about lengthening your entire right side body. Right hip crease pulls back in space. Plug your left thigh bone in. And then start to bend your left heel like a little donkey kick. Now you might be able to just reach back right hand to left foot, but that's pretty tricky. So think about bending your knees like a Shiva squat. Both knees bend. Then perhaps your right hand can catch your left foot. From here, push into your right foot and begin to expand into this twisted sugarcane variation. Right shoulder twists back to stack over the left a little bit more if possible. Take one more breath in. And exhale, releasing through your revolved half moon. We're going to slowly square off and step into our high crescent. Left toes landing to the earth. Big push through your feet. Reach up through your heart and hands. And exhale, goddess your arms. Circle sweep your arms into eagle. Left arm eagle wraps underneath your right. Breathing in, lift your heart, lift your elbows. Option as you exit a tip forward into a humble warrior variation. And pausing here at the bottom, breathe in. And exhale, if you have the eagle arms, unwind them, staying low or meeting in a low lunge. We're going to rotate wide-legged forward fold, all 10 toes turn to the long edge of your yoga mat. Let's take a moment, take a breath. The revolved half moon can be a lot, especially for that standing leg and the low back. So breathe into your low back. Let the weight of your skull get really heavy to help release along the entire length of your spine. And turning to our right, we're going to crawl forward through our low lunge. Planting your palms nice and strong into the earth, high plank. Once you find your strong plank, inhale shifts you forward. Exhale, chaturanga or downward facing dog. Okay, let's breathe in nice and full. Nearing open mouth, exhale, let it go. Next breath in, reach your right leg to the sky. Breath out, right knee towards your left tricep. It may or may not connect. Hold for your inhale. Fallen triangle variation as you exhale, send your right leg through. Flex your foot, square your hips, pull your chest forward. Now this is a pretty sticky, spicy IT band stretch, so go ahead and spin open as you're ready to your fallen triangle. Big breath in, pushing the earth away. With an exhale, as we unwind and square off, draw your right knee to your nose. Three-legged dog, reach your right leg to the sky one more time. And then place your right foot forward, low lunge. Making sure your feet are hips distance. We're going to reach right hand forward, big breath. Back knee can again be up or down. And exhale, we begin to rise and rotate to our exalted crescent. Going all the way, we inhale, left hand up and overhead. And exhale, revolved pyramid. Hand can be on a block or the earth. A nice big breath in. With your exhale, bend your front knee, release your twist. Standing splits, inhale, lifts your left leg to the sky. Exhale to bend your knee and open your hip. Option for your right hand to reach up towards or to your left foot to find that catch. Deep quad stretch through your left side. Take an inhale. Head is heavy. And exhale, begin to release through your chair pose, bending your knees. With intention, place your left foot to the earth. Inhale, mindfully rise, Utkatasana. It doesn't have to be like a very deep chair pose. I'm just doing a little baby chair. Let's exhale, airplane arms. So again, this like reindeer antler situation, this thumb hook overhead, I find makes a warrior three like enjoyable. Otherwise, warrior three just like it goes right into my traps, right? So if you want to, sweeping hands overhead, find your thumb hook, reindeer antlers, right? Finding the opposite of whatever your body kind of naturally lands into to hopefully find the second side. We're going to lean into our left foot and start to flamingo right heel up and in. So this could also be a regular warrior three or airplane. We're going to press to lengthen. And think about ripping your thumbs apart, putting energy. Press the back of your skull just slightly and energetically to the sky. Big inhale. And exhale as you release your hands. Your hands are just reaching down in line with your shoulders if you're not working with blocks. Or your right hand is going to catch the block on the right side and bring it underneath your right shoulder. Left knee can have a bend in it, yeah? But we're still pushing strong into the earth, pulling through your low belly to support low back. Maybe you place your left hand on your low back as a guide for the squareness of your hips. Big breath in. Exhale, maybe twist your heart towards the left just a little bit. Can we lengthen our left side body and contract and kind of cinch up through the right side body? Perhaps you bend your right heel in like a little donkey kick. So again, you may be able to just reach and catch. For many of us, that's a tricky reach and catch. So start to bend your knees. You Shiva squat. You're going to peek over your left shoulder slowly. Your right hand, or rather your left hand's going to catch your right foot. You'll press into your sugar cane revolved half moon variation. I don't remember the actual name for this. I'll take an inhale. Strong belly as you exhale. Now we'll just slowly start to unwind through our supported airplane pose, squaring off. Slow step back into a high crescent. Big push, inhale, reach tall. I know that left leg has already done a lot. Exhale through your goddess arms. Let your hands drape down to circle sweep, eagle wrap, right arm underneath your left. Breathing in, lift tall. Exhale, humble warrior towards the inside of your left leg. So humble warrior, eagle arms, take a breath in. And exhale, we'll meet in this low lunge. And then rotate into your wide-legged forward fold. Take a moment here to find any movement. So if you want to bend one knee and then the other and take it side to side. If you wanted more twisting, you can pull yourself towards one leg and then the other. Just finding any movement here that feels good. And we're going to start to slowly pivot to face the front of our yoga mats through our low lunge. Then step back into your downward facing dog, this time all the way back, downward dog. Big breath in, pushing the earth away. Really emphasize that stretch of your tailbone to the sky. On exhale, drop your knees to the earth, untucking your toes. You can take a moment in child's pose if you'd like, just a breath. And then we're going to rise up to a seat. If you'd like to use your blocks for this, just bringing your blocks behind you. This can be any setting. We're going to do like a little baby camel situation. So you're sitting on your shin bones, knees about hips distance, maybe just a little bit wider. You don't want it to be too wide so that low back is nice and free. You want to keep the low back clear. From here, take a big back stroke. Right hand's going to go fingertips to the earth, right hand to your block. Any setting. As you press your right hand, as you kick down your shin bones, begin to lift your hips, reaching your left hand overhead. So this is very similar to that exalted crescent action. But now we're in this variation of camel. Think about rooting down to your lower body, so shin bones kicking to the earth. Core is still supporting and strong. Take a breath in. With an exhale, release your hips through center. The hands to thighs, close your eyes for a breath. And moving into second side, big breath in, backstroke your left hand either to the earth or to your yoga block behind you. That block is about in line with your left hip. Staying for your exhale, begin to kick your shin bones down into the earth. And then breath in, baby camel, rise and twist your heart over towards the left this time. Right hand's reaching up and over. Again, really drive your knees down into the earth, strong through your center core. Think about lifting your heart up. Your shoulder blades are kind of like a boost for your sternum. And as you're ready to release, take your time to lower and release. Maybe hands again to your thighs, eyes closed. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. We're going to go into one round of camel. You have the option to use your blocks for this, scooching them into where it feels best. You can also take your traditional camel. If you're working with the blocks, sometimes it's nice to go from shin bones up, but we're going to go from standing on our knees just in case, since we may or may not have blocks to work with. Good. Hands maybe starting at heart or thumbs to low back. Finding just the hand variation that works for you. I know there are lots of different ways to approach camel. Like we did for our baby camel, drive your shin bones and your knees into the ground as you engage your core. Once you find that kick of your shin bones, the engagement of your low belly, glutes are strong. Begin to send your hips forward and send your rib cage up and back. From there, you can use the hinge of your knee joints to reach back to catch your heels or your yoga blocks, adjusting the setting as needed and adjusting the placement of your blocks as needed. And then go ahead and kick down through your shin bones. Engage your glutes and find your depth. If it feels safe, you can let your head fall back. Otherwise, keeping your gaze up to the sky. Keep the lower body super active. And find one more big breath in. And exhale, gently lower your hips down. Hands to thighs, eyes closed. Take an inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, rinse that away. We're going to just set the blocks to the back of the yoga mat if you're working with them. And then bring your legs out in front of you, scooch forward to the front of your mat so we can lower to the back body. We will use our core today, especially because the low back can try to take over in our revolved shapes, in particular revolved half moon with that back leg lifted. It's pretty spicy. So just reintegrating here. Knees bent, heels flexed into the earth. We're going to reach up tall as we take an inhale. And exhale, let's bring our hands into Hakini Mudra, so fingertips pressing together. And as you push your fingertips together, feel your biceps and your chest light up so you have this circuit of energy that you're working with. Take another breath here. You're still sitting up tall. As you breathe out, think about pulling your hip bones up to your low ribs, dragging your heels isometrically to your seat. Breathe into all that engagement. You should feel a lot happening already. As you exhale, begin to tuck your tailbone and roll towards your back body. And we keep that lifting of our hip bones to our front ribs. Shoulders out of ears, keep pressing into your hands. Big breath in. And as you continue to ease your way down there, we'll reach a point where it's going to be very helpful to release your hands forward for that little bit of counterbalance. And as you do so, just keep engaging to your core and slowly deliver yourself to your back body, perhaps finding a full body stretch as you arrive. Do a little wrist swirl here, ankle circles, big breath in, your wrists, your ankles did a lot today. As you exhale, switch the rotation, find circles in the opposite direction. And then as you're ready, gather your knees into your chest, just offering some length and space to your low back, maybe a little rock from side to side. And we'll head into an eagle leg twist. You can take any twist that you want, but I'll cue us into eagle legs. So with your knees bent, place your feet to your mat as if you're going to your bridge pose. We're going to go right thigh on top of left. You just stack through the thighs. You don't need to cross at the ankles unless that just feels natural in your body. Scoot your hips over to the right, like maybe 2 inches or so. And then spill your knees over to the left, eagle leg twist. Maybe untuck your left shoulder blade out from underneath you. As you release your right arm wide, let your gaze maybe tip over to the right side of the room. We'll find 3 deep breaths along right side body. Now let's take a breath all together. So let your inhale get really full, really wide and expansive, feeling that stretch from inside out. And then open mouth, exhale, release that breath away. As you come back to center, use your left foot on the earth and your core strength to square your hips up, unwind your legs, maybe take a little windshield wiper from side to side. Then we'll find our second side eagle leg twist. So left thigh stacks on top. Scoot your hips to the left, maybe 2 or so inches. And then let your knees fall over to the right. And sometimes the right shoulder blade can kind of get stuck underneath us in this transition. So you can untuck your right shoulder. That's going to deepen your twist. And if it feels good to look over to the left, continuing that rotation for the entirety of your spine. Let your bones get heavy and find 3 slow breaths on your own. And we'll take this last breath together. So gathering in a really expansive inhale for that stretch again from inside out. And then open mouth, exhale, release. And a little bit of core support using your right foot on the earth. Bring yourself back to center. Unwind your legs. Either take a moment in your windshield wipers. Maybe start to bring your knees to your chest and find happy baby. So hands to the fronts of your knees, perhaps reaching up to ankles or feet. This big breath in. And exhale, we're going to take a figure 4 right ankle on your left thigh, but we'll be taking this, or you have the option to take this into a figure 4 bridge. So once you have the figure 4, land your left foot to the earth. Let your hands rest on your hips for a moment just to find the evenness of your hip bones. Feel the 4 corners of your left foot anchored to the earth. Take a breath in. As you exhale, maybe press your left foot and lift into a figure 4 bridge. Again, working to have the hip bones, the pelvis as even, as square as possible. You flex your right ankle and feel that rooting of your left foot into the earth. Good. Left thigh bone nice and parallel to the long edges of your yoga mat. And take one more breath in. Again, root down through left foot. Try to keep your right hip nice and buoyant too. And then as you exhale, release your hips to the earth if you have them lifted. Maybe bring that figure four to your body for a breath. Reaching around to catch the back of your left leg or even the front of your left shin bone. Option for a little sway from left to right as you breathe into your right hip. With your exhale, go ahead and unwind your legs. We'll check in with second side and then we'll be in our Shavasana. So just feet hips distance to start. Left ankle stacks on top of your right thigh, finding that figure four setup. And create evenness through your hip bones. So you feel the four corners of your right foot on the earth and take a breath in. Your exhale, rooting down with your right foot, find your figure four bridge. Now it takes a lot of strength just to find the squaring of our hips here. Okay, so working to use our stabilizers to find square. Feeling that drive down through your right foot to light up your right glute nice and strong. Core active. 1 to 2 more rounds of breath, feeling the power of your right leg, your right glute. You're ready to release. If you have your hips lifted, take that big breath in first. Then on exhale, use the strength of your core and your right glute to place your pelvis back to the earth. And then maybe bring that figure four, that whole figure four leg unit close to your chest for a breath. And a little sway from left to right. You've got your sitting bones lengthening to the front edge of your yoga mat. And go ahead and unwind your legs, bring your knees to your chest. So you pull your thighs to you, sitting bones stretch forward. Perhaps you curl your forehead up to your knees, offering your body a deep breath in. And on your exhale, begin to release into your Shavasana. Send your arms and your legs out long. Take a moment just to settle and adjust, maybe tucking your shoulder blades underneath you to offer openness at your heart. Once you start to arrive into your space and into stillness, let's take a cleansing breath together. So your deepest inhale in, fill up. And then when you're ready, open mouth, exhale, release. Shavasana. And last couple moments of your Shavasana. These last couple moments of rest. Notice if there are any areas of lingering tension or effort you could release. With your next breath, just sending a wave of ease through your body, encouraging that process of letting go. And as you sink a little bit deeper into your support, I'm going to be offering one or both hands to your heart as we close practice. Feel the earth holding you up. Feel your breath flowing through your body, the beat of your heart in your chest. We take this final moment just to pause in the deepest gratitude of this practice, our bodies, our breath, this time that you set aside to be here, to be on your mat, moving with mindfulness and intention. And so we'll seal it in with one more cleansing breath if you'd like to join. So when you're ready, a deep, deep inhale, filling up through your nose. And when you're ready, out of your mouth, open mouth, exhale, release. And the yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices always serve as our teachers. And thank you so, so much for being here this morning. And namaste.